Back up. I'll find a mirror. I think. Are they looking at me because they think I'm gonna steal something? Because that homeless chick is gonna steal something. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna steal? I'm poised to steal some poised. Anyway, oh my gosh. F it, whatever. Okay. What I was thinking on the way over here, and I don't want to forget it. What the heck am I doing? Oh yeah. Old Spice royalty. So we all want to be royal, right? Everybody wants to live in a big ass castle and boss everybody around and have everybody bring a shit all the time. Isn't that what everybody wants? It's so crazy too, truly. Coming to Walmart at night is the best. It's just so interesting. Oh, I'm not. Oh. I like watching the people. A lady at the hotel said, do you have any shower caps? I said, bitch, if I knew, I'd be wearing one right now. Is that pretty? It smells like soap. Oh, I don't want to film anybody on accident. I think I filmed him. I didn't mean to. My dad always used Dove soap. The pink kind. I don't know if he still does. Hello! Christmas already, y'all. Wow. Jesus was born before jack-o'-lanterns were. Right? I talked to Jesus last night. He called me. I was like, what's up, bro? He's like, same old, you know? And I was like, oh, what is that? Because you're always up to something all the time. Lazarus one day, freaking Mary Magdalene the next. And he's like, yeah, Mary Magdalene arisen my dick. Man, I bet those two just laughed and laughed all the time. You know? Imagine getting to kick it with Jesus. It would have been so fun. Especially if Jesus was always like cracking funny jokes. But he's like, I can't tell the naughty ones because obviously my dad knows everything I do. That's why he really came to Earth. He's look, Dad. It's really hard being your son. Talk about the eternal shadow to stand in. And so the dad was like, he's like, and? Because he didn't talk a lot. Like, he's just basically, no nonsense. He's God, dude. I shall slay thee or not, right? And so Jesus is like, also, he's like, I don't really agree with the way that you're running things down there. You created them. You ill-prepared them. You didn't educate them. You left them in the midst amongst the serpents. And then whenever they get corrupted because you set them up to fail, and then what? And then you leave them there to struggle and die and to bear pain, innocent, that you created. To know murder and jealousy and like... I don't know, I lost my train of thought. If I stop moving around looking at all this stuff, maybe... Oh yeah, I don't agree with the way you do things, Dad. Like, look at this. And then they mess up even more. And then you kill them all off with water. That's horrible. And then later on you say, I'm coming with fire. And you rain down fire. That whole Sodom and Gomorrah, I read that book. They always use it as a reference, right? Like Sodom and Gomorrah and how they have to use the word sodomy to describe anal sex. which means in its own little messed up way, sodomy, it's basically the underground illusion that gay people are evil, right? Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because they were so wicked. Therefore, we should call anal sex and homosexuality sodomization. That's crazy. Anyway, back to Jesus. I think I've gotten like one thing I was supposed to get. I don't even know where I am. Candyman for $5. Oh, sheesh. Heck yeah. I know, Hilda, but you know we gotta have this one. Danny got you. Sean Connery. Sean Connery's nephew once banged me in the back of a limousine. He was the driver. I never got to meet Sean Connery. It turned out he wasn't even related to Sean Connery. He just told me that so that I would fuck him. Oops. What's that? Anyway. Where am I going? Alright, let us refocus. I'm pausing. No, because if I do, I'll forget. So Jesus said, it's not right. They're not the ones that are wrong. You're the one that created the original sin. And dang, because if a regular person don't like to be told what's not right about how they live, their behaviors and all kinds of stuff, imagine God. Imagine how God don't want to be told what to do. And he said, you know what? I raised you and you need to be respectful to me and everything. And he said, my house, my rules. He said, as long as you're here, dude, you must obey. And Jesus is like, I've been waiting for you to say that for a long time because I don't want to be here anymore. I love you very much. But I can't stand with this. It feels wrong to be here participating and looking at all these things happen and not being able to do anything to help them. And so God's like, he's like, help them? What are you going to do to help them? He said, I can teach them a different way than the one that you taught them. He said, oh, really? He said, yeah. And how are you going to teach them? When are you going to fly down there? You know they're not going to be able to see or understand what you are. And he said, some may. He said, that is true, some may. And that we agree. And Jesus said, I'll teach them myself with my own hands. He said, you ain't got no hands. He said, I can have hands if I want them. And God said, true. And so he said, I'll go. And I will have hands. And I'll hide my wings. And he said, God said, you do know what's going to happen here if you go. You say that I'm dense, but I know that. You know this. And Jesus said, I know. And they both were quiet for a while. They didn't have to speak because they already knew what the other one was thinking. And so they said, well, if this is what you're going to do, then you better prepare for your journey. And it took a little while. And he went because he cared about these people. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry. It makes me so sad because I know what's coming next. It's super wonderful thing. Cereal. Get a hammer and a nail. Have a friend hold the nail to the back of your hand or to your wrist. If you really want to know what empathy is, love, sacrifice, what it is to have the divine nature, allow them to put the nail through your hand. I haven't done this. I don't know if I could. And I don't know if I would want to be around somebody who could do that to me. But sometimes if we don't understand the suffering of others, we can't put into perspective the reality that we're living in. Well, that's how I feel. Anyway, that makes me sad. Hey, but at the end, look at this. There's a happy ending. I think it's like on 5th Avenue and there's like a purple house right there. And it looks just like any other purple house. But if you go into the backyard, there's a secret entrance. And it's pretty happy back there. Very, very. Let's see. Oh no. Walking into that thing. Oh yeah! If I was to buy a gun though, I wouldn't get it here. I'd get it at that pawn shop over there by the Crafty Nook or whatever. And here's that. Oh no, thank you. I'm just checking out your wonderful knives. Thank you. Here's the happy ending. Because each of them knew exactly, remember when they were quiet thinking? And after all those things happened to him and then he went back, and it's not necessarily a him or her, whatever, remember, because gender is attributed to biological beings. So, I'm using his because most people, when they imagine God or Jesus, like the Christian God and Jesus, well, he's a guy. So, let me see how much time. 7:35. I erased so much stuff off of this phone because I broke it and now I gotta start erasing things. Okay. And so, the happy ending is this. Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. And I don't know exactly, I've thought about how many, like, there's different ways to think about what those words meant. And it's like, I don't know, I maybe one day. But the happy ending is this. So boom, he goes home. And God's so happy to see him. And repentant because he had to watch that happen to his son that he loved all the time. Always. Like he just didn't know how to love him because he had yet not understood what it is to love. He could create, but he didn't know how to love. Because that's something that, once again, you have to be empathetic. My friend Kaz and I were up on a mountain, and we were looking at everything of the town, and it's just like looking at ants. And every time you see a little ant walking around doing this little thing, dude, you don't know what's in his head. Don't make assumptions. So what if maybe he's just thinking, damn, that's a pretty branch, again and again, 1,000 times over. Let him live. Don't knock him out of the ground if you don't have to. Whoa, titanium. Alright, happy ending. And so, they embraced, and then God said, I'm sorry. I was wrong. I was doing things the wrong way. And because I didn't stop to guide them, they went. And they made up all these doctrines, and they used them to the advantage of themselves to harm others. And I didn't intervene. And look at all the evil that came from it. And when God said the word evil, something changed. That I don't know. And so, oh my gosh, buttons. Oh my gosh. I get my buttons at the thrift store though, because these may seem wacky, but and I don't mean to disrespect you guys or whatever, but they're whack. Forgive me, I'm sorry. Alright. Now I shouldn't have said it, huh? That was horrible. Now I feel bad for those buttons. I'm sorry. I meant in regards to like mass production and stuff. Okay. 14, 19. Alright. Excuse me. Cat food. That's where I'll go. Alright. And so, and Jesus said, that was a trip. And God said, because now they were just happy to be with each other. He said, if you had a choice, would you do it again? And Jesus is like, deep breath. He said, hell to the yeah, I would. He said, hell yeah. Everybody's day comes to an end, and a lot of them aren't very pretty. But hell yeah, I would get on that ride again. And God said, whoa. Shit, dude, maybe I'll give it a go. But the thing is that he's seen through your eyes all the time anyway. He doesn't have to be embodied in anything because he's right there looking through your eyes all the time. You know? Oh yes, the happy ending. Hi. Alright. And so after they talked and said, let's chill, come on, they sat down and they drank some wine because Jesus said, dude, you know those grapes you made that were good upon the earth, each seed bearing upon the next seed? And God's like, yeah, and they're pretty, he said. And they grow on those beautiful vines. And Jesus said, man, they're bomb in another way. Hello, sorry. And God said, what you mean? He said, don't you pay attention to anything? Didn't you watch anything I was doing down there that whole time? I was getting raging. I raged it, yo. I used my powers. I could make wine, and me and my homies just walk around all over the place, drinking wine, hanging out, and spreading the good word. And God said, hello. Hi. Cat food. I'm wandering around circles. Excuse me. Like really strong. Oops. Excuse me. Alright. Back where I was. We have to finish the story. It's 17:19. Alright. Dang it, I can't remember. Where the heck is the fish in a can? Alright. And so, I can't remember. Alright, he was partying on earth, having a great time spreading the word. And that's just, okay, this is why I even thought of this story in the first place. This is it. So today, whenever I was, dang it, oh no. Oh, yes. Well, this is one of the things that I thought about. I stopped at the river on the way to the work, which I used to before I got a new work or whatever, And I stopped and I prayed or whatever, and and I thought, oh man, there's more than, nope. I know it's still there and it won't be forgotten, but still, oh, so close. It might come back though. I guess I'll pause it and walk and see if it does. I don't know if I have the words exactly right, but put the one on the flam, boil your temper and toss that ham in the frying pan like spam. Get done when I come in slam. Damn, I feel like the son of Sam. Don't make me wretched, hectic next to the chair. Got me going like General Electric. Oh yeah, Jesus brought light and love and connection. And it's okay to chill and have a good time is what he's telling everybody. Why are you so uptight for it? My dad may not have got things right the first time, but initially he had a conception of something beautiful, and he made it. He just didn't know how to tend it. But a garden is something that every day you get up and learn how to take care of better and make more and more beautiful. And that's what you are, a beautiful garden. And you can pimp yourself out any way you want. Anyway, that wasn't the ending, but I like that one too. Oh yeah, Jesus said, oh, and it has to do with miracles and the beauty way. That was it. Now I remember. Beauty behind you, beauty before you. Take the time to look all around at your surroundings and the world and all the beautiful things. That's what the Dene people say.